Well, welcome back, gentlemen,
Hello.
to another episode
Hello.
of the Abfc, and this is where things start getting interesting in the Premier League. We are,
Nitty-gritty.
getting to the nitty gritty. We are just how many games left? 11
11,
games.
isn't it?
11 games left now, and a few of us are in the mud. Seriously, in the mud, and I think Palace are safe now. Would you say? I think you're all right, especially after that win today. That you can start looking up a little bit, but we'll get to your team in a moment. So let's just run down how we're going to go things today. So we're going to do the hunt for top 4 in European places. Then we're going to talk about the title race, and then we're going to go down to the bottom, like we always finish up with our teams and the relegation scrap, because it feels like it's interesting all the way up and down the table at the minute. Normally things are done and dusted, both, or at least the relegation was done at this time last year. Liverpool pretty much walked away with it last year, but things are quite interesting. So let's get on into it. So let's start with one of the teams playing for those Champions League places, should I say. And let's go with... We always start with Chelsea.
Yeah.
We always start with Chelsea, and fuck it, why not? Let's start with Chelsea again. So Chelsea, they drew with Burnley.
Dropped points again.
Dropped points with Burnley. And is that because Burnley played well, or Fofana got himself sent off? Or is it both?
Well, after our chat last week about saying, Wesley Fofana, if he's fit, you got to play him at the back, and then he goes and lets himself down at that.
Exactly, it's that commentator's curse.
Yeah, 100%. That was a big factor. But for because I was watching Soccer Saturday or listening to it, whatever, they were saying they weren't doing enough. They scored, but then that was it. Burnley weren't really doing anything, but Chelsea weren't. And by the looks of the highlight, that's kind of what it looked like, really.
But this is the really up and down team that Chelsea are, really.
Yeah.
You can't really ever say they're going to go on some mad barnstorming consistent run and they're going to walk away with the Champions League qualification. They've got that result in them. All right, okay, they got a red card and playing against 10 men, but they're normally quite strong at home. And Burnley, all right, okay, they've been doing bits and picking up results against teams, but you would have thought Chelsea would have enough to beat Burnley.
Got big mistakes somewhere, haven't they?
They do.
That could either be Sanchez, Pong a week before, Fofana. Oh no, it's not like a massive mistake, and it wasn't like the work. It was a second yellow, whatever. But you can't really be doing that. Do you know what I mean? Do it 2-0 up, we go fine. Okay, against Burnley, you're probably hold out for that. But
if you're Liam Rosenior, are you doing your nut?
Oh, did you not see some of his interviews after? He flew into them, and so he should.
Wasn't there something as well where he sent them all on holiday, didn't he, before the game? Was it this game?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, actually. Some people have had quite a long break.
I think he sent them to Dubai or somewhere.
Well, I saw Cole Palmer did go away. Yeah, so you're probably right.
I think and he got questioned on it, and he was saying about how Chelsea have had a really intense 18 months and the players needed a break and not in another. Is that then coming back with a bit of a lackadaisical sort of
Yeah, probably. Cole Palmer used to be cold, so just defrosted him, really.
Yeah. He's melted.
Shit.
To be fair, if Liam Rosenior did do that, that'll probably be the last time he done that.
Yeah,
I bet
he's
fucking fuming in that
fuming.
changing room.
But going back to the post-match interview that we were saying, I quite like when a manager kind of shows a bit of annoyance and a bit of passion. Do you know, you normally get these post-match interviews and it's all very, we'll do better next week, and we'll work hard on the training ground and get these real kind of pathetic.
Well, they're all the
answers.
media trainers.
Media trainers. You want someone to no, that was fucking shit.
Put his heart on his sleeve. No, these guys weren't doing their jobs.
Ref was crap. My team was crap. He shouldn't have got sent off. And I need a drink.
Yeah, and as for an interviewee, you're crap.
I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the season they get rid of him.
What, the senior?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Depends where they are.
I think. If they do qualify for the Champions League and maybe have a little bit of an upturn in form, but I just think that Chelsea are currently a bit of a poison club. They've signed so many players. They need a massive clear out, don't they? They need. Yeah. I don't think anyone knows what their best team is.
They are still unbeaten in the Premier League under Rosenior. I don't know when they've lost. Have they lost the 2 under Rosenior?
No, well, they drew 2 and won 3 as their last 5. So
yeah, they've had some.
They've got good results, and with all fair and purposes, they are still in the hunt for Champions League. So he could still get a probably think they will.
I mean, they're level on points with United and Liverpool.
Yeah,
right?
so Chelsea, United, Liverpool are all on 45, and then Villa are on 51, but they seem to be slipping.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a tenuous
I
situation.
suppose Man United are still playing tomorrow, aren't they?
Yeah, Man United are playing Everton tomorrow at Everton, but I think the run that they're on, you could see them picking up 3 points out there.
Yeah.
Even though Everton away has always been a bit dodgy, when they're at Goodison Park, perhaps, but
Monday
they still
night,
haven't really got used to their new
game.
stadium yet.
Yeah, I can't see Man United losing that.
Yeah. All right. Well, how did Liverpool get on? They got on.
Struggled, didn't they?
They really did struggle, and they scored twice at the end of the game. Only one counted, but they beat Forest at the City Ground, which is obviously good for us both.
Yeah.
Really.
Was it the 97th minute?
Yeah. Well, we scored in the 93rd minute, but that was counted out because it hit his elbow or ricocheted off his elbow. Well, that's a bit harsh.
It was harsh, but it was. I feel like if that happened and it fell to a player and he scored, I think they would have given it.
Well, they would have given it because I think the ruling is if it goes directly into the goal or you're directly, then it's if it comes off him, another player controls it and scores or volleys it in. That's all right.
Yeah,
which is a really fucking wonky rule, but aren't they all at the minute?
Yeah, not half, but. Yeah, it was a bit harsh. Completely get why it weren't given.
Forest was all over them in the first half as well, wasn't they? I didn't.
Yeah,
see
so
it.
I didn't watch it either, but I watched or saw the stats at half time, and they had something like 14 shots, 2 on target, 2 big chances, 7 corners, a majority of the possession. So Forest were really banging on the door, but it's just another classic Liverpool away.
It sounded really well because I switched over as soon as Palace game finished. I switched over to. That game was obviously for the North London derby, and Carragher at the end was saying they have to give that Ria Ungamoa more time because in 15 minutes when he came on, he did more than Cody Gakpo and Mo Salah put together. And for Jamie Carragher, I know Jamie Carragher's called out Mo Salah a couple of times now, but
is he really playing that badly, or is it because he's had such a glittering Liverpool career and his standards are so high that if he drops it even slightly, they're all on him?
Yes, but if he is sit there and think he's one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League, and you're always going to have that expectation.
Well, Filter thinks he's playing that position anyway.
Yeah.
If you want to keep this podcast down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's not put the bait out of that.
I don't think Mo Salah wants to be there. I don't think Mo Salah's wanted to have been there for probably a couple of seasons. I think in his heart of hearts he wants to go back to the Middle East and try to, in Saudi and try to build that up. That's what I think. I think it's probably. I think Liverpool should have got rid of him a year ago, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I probably agree with it.
I think in the Premier League, alright, as a Premier League one of all-time great type of players, the minute you start getting into your 30s and he still scores goals, but what I mean is the money they've spent, alright, Isak's injured and Ateki, I can't ever say his name. Ekatike. They've spent big money. I think if Isak hadn't got the injury, I wouldn't have been surprised if he went in January, Salah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think his heart's set to go out there.
I think it's probably better for both clubs as well.
I do.
Both sides,
so well, realistically, because he signed a new contract as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
At some point. What is he actually worth? He's like 33 now, but obviously a world-class player.
For a top European club, not a lot.
No. Probably paying,
but
15, 20 million? Around about that. Maybe his commercial value puts it up a little bit, maybe.
30, I would say 35, 40 tops.
Yeah.
Tops.
But if a Saudi club...
Well, I would say Saudi, I think they'll be able to get 50 mil for him.
I don't think anyone in Europe's going to pay out £40 million.
I wouldn't. The only someone like... Well, I would say in the past PSG, but they wouldn't need someone like that anymore.
It's not really their business model now to buy quality aging players like they did a few years ago. But
I don't think he's good enough.
No, not
now.
No, not that. No,
that's what I mean.
No. Yeah, you're probably right.
But maybe another move for him is like somewhere warm, like another move back to Italy, maybe like back to Roma or one of the Milan clubs, and go and cast his mind out in the sun for a little bit. But then again, Saudi's like a big payday.
Big payday for him, big payday for Liverpool as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he can like probably like $750,000 a week out there.
Yeah,
And
easy.
Untaxed.
It's a huge
It's
publicity
shocking.
thing for the Saudi league as well. I know they've signed some brilliant players, but for them, him being
Because
Muslim,
Egyptian,
do you know what I mean? For them, he's coming home, not home, but he's.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know. I think you're right. I think for both sides, for like the Saudi league and whoever gets them from Saudi, because I don't think it really matters. They're all owned by the same person.
Joke of a league.
Oh mate,
Absolute joke of a league.
Ridiculous. I think there's like 4 teams in it that aren't owned by the same geezer. I mean, what is that? He's probably going, we lost today. Oh, but we got beaten by my team. No worries.
I was cheering them both on.
Yeah. Go on. We can see your own goal. Get in.
Yeah. What have you ever bet?
Yeah.
That's got to be wonky as fuck. But anyway, back to the Premier League. Let's talk about how Villa got on and their chances for European football. So they left it late against Leeds.
Dug it out. They did have some chances though, didn't they?
Yeah, they apparently first half they were shocking, absolutely shocking. And
Did you see the Leeds goal?
I did not.
Bang, a free kick from Stack.
Stack, yeah.
To be honest, I don't think anyone thought he was going to shoot.
It was 1-0 up for a while, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was like the 34th minute he got that. I don't think Emi Martinez really thought he was going to shoot. No one did really, and he's just fucking
Creamed it.
battered it top corner. Fair play.
Fair play to him. But from the consensus of the Villa fans, which I talked to, they are really looking over their shoulders now because they apparently are desperately missing that midfield trio with Tielemans, Kamara and McGinn. They say that's kind of ripped the heart out of their team, which I can understand because Tielemans has been a baller this year. Absolute baller this year.
Well. He was on a free. Was he on a free?
Leicester. It was either really cheap or it was...
Because Tielemans has shown like flashes of quality over the years, but never enough really to pedal and move to any one of the big boys. But this year he's just kind of like just come on like that, and everyone's like, wow, now anyone would have him.
I feel like if he didn't get injured at all and kept playing that all year long, I feel like someone probably big would come.
How old is he? Like 28, 29 now, so it's a gamble. But I suppose if you can get him for like 20 mil, you've got a good 2 years out of him.
Yeah,
a good 2 years. Yeah,
I think
absolute bargain.
I think with Villa as well is they're a bit of a weird one, aren't they? Shit start, amazing run, seems to have dropped off, but even when they've dropped off, they're churning out results, and I actually think it's a great result against Leeds because Leeds are, they're a tough cookie. I think they're a good side. Leeds, I mean, if it was a newly promoted side to be in their position, you'd take that all day long, don't you? They've done great, but Villa, they do keep churning results out. I know it's been a bit.
Looks like that signing of Tammy Abraham could be a big one for him because Watkins had a couple of chances yesterday again. He had one.
He's been a bit wasteful.
Yeah, he had 1-on-1, which he definitely should have put away.
I think his head went. I've said it before. I think his head went when the Arsenal move fell through.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you're probably right. Right. But that kind of all right. It's in Villa's hands, pretty much. They with 11 games to go, they've got a 6-point gap on everybody else. So it still is now. But the other prong in the race for Champions League is United, who play tomorrow. And if they win, they could go 3 points behind Villa and 3 points above Chelsea and Liverpool. So they could be in a really strong position.
Yeah,
they could.
And how the fuck has that happened?
Mate, I have no idea. I'm speechless.
Like 2 months ago, you'd be like, Man United could finish 15th, 16th, the way they were going, but now they're almost odds on.
Well, they haven't lost for ages.
They haven't, and they drew last time out, and they won 4 before that on the bounce, and it wouldn't surprise me if they beat Everton, even though we'll get to the race for the Conference League in a second, who Everton are chasing. A place for that. I still think United will probably be a bit too strong for him.
Yeah,
that's why I think we've all said that on our predictions.
I'd agree with that big time actually.
All right, so let's just close up on the race for the Champions League. So as things pertained over the course of the weekend, who's going to be your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th predictions based on what you've seen this weekend? Changes every week, so it should.
I can't even remember what I said last week.
I'm still going to go.
I remember what I said yesterday.
I'm going to go 3rd Chelsea.
Yeah.
4th Liverpool. 5th United. 6th Villa.
I think Villa going to drop out.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go. I think United are going to pick that third place. Then it's going to be, I think Liverpool are going to get fourth, Villa fifth, Chelsea sixth.
Yeah.
I still think, I've been saying it for a while, I still think that Chelsea are still going to finish outside the Champions League spots.
I think, from what you said, I think I have to agree. I know we change our mind, but this is the
We're football fans, of course we do.
Yeah, I think United will keep up their form. I think United will be third. I think the only thing where I'd probably have a little bit of a thing with the rest is Liverpool aren't playing great. Chelsea aren't playing great.
Yeah.
Villa are having a bit of a wobble. But it only takes one of them to rediscover a little bit of form into a couple on the bounce, and then everything changes again.
And we've all seen Man United's bubble burst at one point.
Yeah.
So that could easily,
do you know what? I'm gonna say Villa third. I do. I think Villa will come good. I think United will get the fourth.
So Chelsea and Liverpool for fifth and sixth, what do you reckon?
I just don't. I can't decide.
Because they're both shit, aren't they? But they're not shit. They're just
They're just ever so slightly better than everybody else who's shit.
Just inconsistent, aren't they?
And I'm not being funny. And I know we'll go on to our own teams in a moment. But I mean, we've got Liverpool next. Liverpool struggle against Forest, and it's at Anfield. But I mean, we're the sort of team, us and Forest, that teams that are pushing for Champions League, they don't want to play us.
No.
Because it's a completely different style of football to playing a mid-table team.
Mid-table teams now are who you want to play.
Yeah, 100%. You don't want someone fighting for their lives. So I'm not saying we're going to get anything from Liverpool at Anfield, but it's a sort of game that if Liverpool drop points, it'd be, well...
Even today, they could have and probably should have today, actually.
Yeah. So the Chelsea Liverpool, I'm not sure one or the other for me.
Go on, you have to.
You have to. Who's missing out? Who's playing Thursday? Who's playing Wednesday?
I think Chelsea are going to nudge Liverpool.
Oh, we've all said different. All right, okay. So that's the Champions League spots talked about and predicted. Let's talk about that cheeky little seventh spot, which is the Conference League spot. So Brentford dropped some huge points against Brighton. None of us.
That was annoying.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, because you dislike Brighton, but
and also that would have meant that Brighton would have been pulled more into the relegation.
Yeah, exactly. So none of us saw Brentford, especially at home. If it was at the Amex, you can kind of understand it. But Brentford have been playing well, picking up points against some good teams, and none of us saw Brighton winning that, especially not 2-0.
Did you see the second goal that they gave to him as well?
I know.
What's he doing? Didn't he just come on the pitch, decide to backheel it in his own box and just give it to Welbeck? You're like, what are you, a Brighton fan? What the fuck is going on here? Mate, I was really annoyed. When I saw that, I was like, really?
I think as well, I think we said last week, I'd love to see Brentford get it, if I'm honest, and get some European football. I think over the course of the season, they've improved dramatically, and with the new manager and the players moving and the business that they've done, I would love to see them get European football.
Yeah.
But they're still one. Sorry.
No, carry on.
I was just going to say, but Brentford was still one of them teams where I think at the beginning of the season we were all saying we think they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. I thought they were going down.
Yeah.
We
all tipped them to be in the fight for relegation, but they proved us all wrong. Yeah. Personally, I think Brentford went into that game, and before anybody else played like Liverpool, who won today, they could sniff a Europa or a Champions League spot. They would have been now 2 points behind Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea if they would have won against. I think they've probably gone. Oh God! Now things are starting to get a bit real. So and. Fair enough, this is the Premier League and anyone can beat anyone really, but that really did open the door, and I think spur on a few of the teams below them. Like maybe Bournemouth wouldn't have played so well, maybe they were spurred on a little bit by the fact that that seventh spot is there, possibly, or gain some points on that one, so maybe they played a little bit better there. Everton we'll see tomorrow because they are...
If I don't get something against United, do you know what? They're a difficult team.
No,
They
it's
can
not.
be.
I don't know how long Grealish is out for though, do you?
I think he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's
Yeah,
down
out for the rest of the year.
That's a shame.
And maybe Moyes wants to get someone over in his old team.
I wouldn't surprise me if that comes away with a draw.
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall, like I said, Dewsbury Hall being back in a team is such a big for him.
So let's go down the points here. So we've got Brentford 7th on 40. We've got Bournemouth now on 38. Everton on 37 with Fulham, who won today. I think they sniffed a little bit of blood as well. That's why they played really well against Sunderland. Newcastle are there on 36, and you can't really count them out. Sunderland on 36, and I'd say, even though we mocked you a little bit a couple of weeks ago...
I'm waiting for this because I fucking looked at the table.
And you are now 5 points off that 7th place. So... I'm not saying that you will.
No, I'm not.
I know, but if it's mathematically possible and it's not beyond the realms of impossibility, then all it takes, because if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams all playing each other, everyone's picking up and dropping points, and you never know.
So who are you putting a 5 on? From the teams you've just said down to Palace.
What, to get that 7th spot?
Yeah, you could just make a 5 on it.
Ooh.
I know I'd put it on.
I'll go Everton.
No, I'm going to keep with Brentford. I think Brentford, once that Liverpool and United and Chelsea pull
I think I
away...
can guess who you're going to go.
Go on, who's your 5
I
going
think
on?
Newcastle
Yeah,
overcome them all.
Yeah.
I think they're good enough. They've had a bad season. They've had a poorer season.
Don't
But I
believe.
think they've got a bit of quality about them
But
still.
you see him in the Champions League.
And did you see the second half they played against City?
No.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that they were going to they'll probably do all right in the first half, and then their jet lag from travelling to Azerbaijan and back would get them. But no, they were on top. They were pushing Man City all the way to the
I
end.
think in the end they heard every other single fan in the Premier League going, "Please don't score, Newcastle.
Yeah.
Just let them win."
Yeah. Even Eddie Howe's going, no, I can't be asked to deal with Arsenal fans either.
Lads, just hold back.
Yeah,
man.
don't bother.
I think the thing is when when we're looking at it, Brentford. I know they dropped points against Brighton, and Brighton have been poor this season, but they're not terrible. But Brentford have dropped points. Bournemouth dropped points against us.
Yeah, they can see so many, don't
I
they?
know Everton possibly gonna. We're predicting, but they lose to United. Then 3 of them teams have all lost this weekend. All right, Newcastle lose, but it's against City, and they've done all right. I just feel as though there's more defeats in the teams around Newcastle for them to just leapfrog them.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but even Newcastle themselves are a bit ropey.
They are.
But
they've not had a run, really, have they?
No,
They just keep.
Everyone's had a run around them, haven't
Yeah.
they? They've just been.
you take Newcastle's Premier League form.
Lose.
They've lost 4 out of the last 5. So that's their form. So
Yeah.
Who have they got next?
who's Newcastle got next? Let's have a look.
Because I know the Geordie derby's coming up.
Let's have a look here. So Newcastle obviously got their second leg of the Champions League. Then they've got Everton at home.
Huge game. For
Yeah.
that position.
Man United at home. Chelsea away. Sunderland at home. And there's the big one. Palace at Selhurst.
We could have overtaken them by that point.
Yeah. They're the sort of team that could. I'm not saying they're going to win them all.
Yeah.
But they can pick up points in any of them games, can't they?
Yeah.
So they're good enough to pick up points
Definitely.
in any of them.
Bruno's back now, isn't he?
I think he's still out. I think he was still out the other day.
Huge miss.
Yeah,
I know he didn't play against old Carrier Bag, did he?
No, he didn't. Well, didn't think he needed to, really. No, but all right. I think
Yeah, I'm going to go Everton.
you know Everton. Yeah, I'm going to keep with Brentford. I think.
I like that.
Newcastle.
I like that and Dye they got as well.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's the race for European spots. Let's go to the title race. So the 2 results in question were Man City beat Newcastle at the Etihad 2-1.
Should we talk about that one in midweek as well? Because that's hilarious, that one.
Oh yeah. So and then Arsenal also lost. No, they didn't. They drew to Wolves, and then they also beat us today quite handsomely and convincingly. But prior to today, let's talk a little bit about the running and the mood of both teams kind of going into it. So prior to the Wolves game, it was a must. You felt like it was a must win.
Yeah.
Bottom of the league, need to keep the points ticking over against City, but they dropped them.
We all said City, didn't we? Did we all say City?
Yeah,
before
Yeah,
the Wolves game?
so we all said City, but we were kind of half expecting Arsenal to.
Yeah.
I think everyone was
You have to
expecting
win
them
that.
to. Yeah, I think I kind of says a little bit of a not joke, but kind of going. But if they do drop points in the midweek, then it gets fucking well interesting, and I couldn't believe it, mate.
And also, I on that game, I think the best part about it for me was the shithousery that Arsenal were trying to do to keep the 2-1, and then it just so happens at the time that they were wasting, fucking just added on for Wolves to get the equaliser.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know what? Serves you right, you fucking shithouses.
Yeah, but they were doing that at one point. I'm sure they were 2-0 up, and
League.
Trossard was just on the floor for hours doing that. Did you 2-0 up against bottom of the league?
No.
And
They deserve nothing less.
Yeah, 100%. Completely agree with you. Completely deserve that result.
Yeah.
No, and let's not kind of just say it was Arsenal who threw it away. No, Wolves did play quite well.
They showed character, they kept going.
Yeah, and to be fair, they played well at Arsenal's place.
Yeah, we're watching it here,
They should have got a draw
and they should have
there.
got a draw. And bless them, they were unlucky to concede 2 own goals in that game to lose the game. But yeah, so Arsenal dropped points against Wolves in midweek, and the days leading up to the weekend, they've been getting bantered hard.
Yeah. That was the worst result for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That was the worst possible. Well, unless they lost, obviously, but I think it was a manner in which they lost as well. I was listening to TalkSport earlier today. I can't remember who was saying about it. A woman, Arsenal, and she was saying that they were shit.
Yeah,
She was proper slating them, that we were shit. Then going into the North London derby.
Yeah, so it was kind of a perfect game. Dr. Tottenham up next, and they needed to show something to the club, the fans, the manager, and the whole kit and caboodle. And they did really, and quite emphatically so. But we'll chat about
Because
my team in it.
the fans after that Wolves game, I think they were all just like, oh yeah, no, here it is.
Yeah,
you guys got no heart.
I mean,
you're not
the
winners.
fans were kind of turning on each other. Even I saw Brett in the car park, and he was going. He thought we were going to win. Thought like Spurs were going to win, and Man City were going to come second. I thought, fuck me, you've changed your tune.
Yeah.
But it's
In
just
October, he was getting the cigars out. Fucking hell.
But all right,
So it
so
was in September.
so following the result today, so they're still they're 5 points in front, but Man City have a game in hand. And did you watch at all the game against Newcastle?
No.
No.
What? No, just highlights.
All right, so I watched quite a bit of the game. In the first half, they were all right, but second half, Man City, they looked like they were feeling it, really feeling the pressure. They were just sat back, they were passive, just a team that you didn't really expect to see from a Guardiola team. They were just, like, they were on the ropes a little bit against
It was
Newcastle.
interesting where they played O'Reilly, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, O'Reilly banged in too.
Yeah, he looked really good.
Where does that guy actually play? What
I
is
don't
his,
think anyone knows because apparently
he's just a 20-year-old James Milner.
But I think he came through the academy as a midfielder. Pep played him left back, and then has decided to go. Actually, you could be quite a good number 10. And you're like, what the fuck's going on there? Like, yeah, and he looked awesome. He looked really good. So
Keep playing net.
yeah, the thing is though, that must be really hard. Imagine if you're Thomas Tuchel and you go into games going, right, I really want to see Nico Riley to see how if he can challenge my left backs. Oh, he's playing number 10. Oh, he scored 2.
He scored 2. That's not what I need from my left back.
I've got enough of them.
I think the thing is with City as well, is obviously been there, done there, quality manager, quality squad. The pressure's all on Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
If the
so.
pressure's all Man City is just like, we'll just keep doing our bit. We'll keep doing our bit.
I think
By the way,
they've been 2-0 up, then 1-0, then 2-1. I think they were like, right, boys, we can't drop these points now. And I think you're probably right. I think they might have shat themselves a little bit in the second half, going, boys, we cannot drop these points now. I think that was it because I think before the game, from what I can see, first half they were pretty free flowing, being Man City. And then, like you said, sort of changed.
After half time, I fully expected Newcastle's energies and standards drop off because they've been travelling to Baku and back, which is right over the other side of Europe, like the extreme end of Europe. And
Furthest European trip, isn't it?
exactly.
Azerbaijan, isn't it?
Yeah, right on and it's the east coast of Azerbaijan at that as well.
Right.
So I
It's
honestly,
Asia. It's actually in Asia, isn't it?
yeah, well,
And they
pretty.
play
Yeah.
it in European.
It's one of those weird things. It's a bit like
Israel.
Yeah, it's kind of like Australia being in the Eurovision. It's one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
So I fully expected Newcastle to drop off, and Man City would kind of just wrestle back control, maybe win 3 or 4-1. But no, completely opposite. The team that looked most likely to get anything out of the game at the end there or to score was Newcastle.
Yeah.
So fair play to them. Fair play to them. Showing a little bit of fight. It was futile at the end of the day, but yeah, you may be right. Like, we were like, oh, hang on a minute. If we score here,
we don't want these Arsenal fans. We can't stand them either.
Exactly. And if anyone watching actually thinks that we may have like an anti-Arsenal agenda, we fucking do.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man, it's like, look at this. You just think, right, guys, what would it be like if they actually won? What would it be like?
And the thing is, as well, with the whole anti-Arsenal thing at the moment, it's got a little bit with Arteta, because I think he's a bit of a prick.
He's a bit of a
I'd love him if he managed my club,
Yeah.
but for everyone else, I think he's a bit of a prick.
Rebel,
And it's not even the players or the team. It's all to do with the supporters, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is, isn't it?
100%.
That's all it is.
I mean, you can say
arrogance
it.
of them.
Like you say, the manager could be a bit of a helmet. A couple of the players,
Yeah.
Gabriel can be a fucking annoying. This, that, and the other. But
The
it's
only
not.
part of the management team I can't stand is their fucking set piece.
The set piece coach,
He's a
he-
fucking bellend.
But you are right. It is the fan base,
fans we know.
and it's not really even the two fans that we know. Really, they're
It sort of is,
mild.
though, and I love them, and they're great guys. I'll have a beer with them, and I'll chat football with them.
Yeah.
Right? But like we said, one was celebrating in September, the other one was in October, and it's just like, do you know what? I can't wait for you to fucking throw it.
Did you
bottle
not?
it.
Did you not hear that Arsenal fan on AFTV when they drew to the Wolves? And it was like, you know, what you got to think is it's been raining, the winds
fuck off.
35 mile an hour,
Swirling wind, and even the Arsenal man, his commentator, like,
Yeah, and he went for both teams.
are you the same guy who made the excuse that Arsenal lost because the Queen died? I know. And I thought for years it was just me because I've got an anti-Arsenal bias and it's my job to not like them.
No,
But everybody else is kind of concurring and kind of believing at the same time. But we've said for many, many weeks now that we still believe that it's City. And even though Arsenal did win quite handsomely today, and that will obviously give them a bit of bounce or whatever, do you think it's still... I think it's still in City's hands to a degree.
Yeah.
I know that if they won now every single game, they will win the league. So it kind of is in their hands mathematically. But to win 12 games, even if Man City's lofty standards, that's still quite a big ask.
I
at the
will
moment.
say as well, it's no jibe at you, or your team, sorry, but
Well, I feel like a massive jibe coming up.
but even you boys pulled them into a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And I feel
but
like if
we
it
just-
was a better club, you'd probably put them away. Like there was.
Do you know what? I wanted to be offended then. For like maybe it was a better club. Now a club shit too.
I don't mean it like that, but I feel like
Club shit.
if
Players are shit.
if they played against Man City and made those mistakes, I feel like they, especially first half, they could have been 2-3-0 down.
They could be. But we didn't really have the quality or the belief today to really go at them and hurt them. I still think one of the goals should have counted that got disallowed, but these are ifs, buts and maybes or whatever.
But I feel like even at the start of the season, every club was like, right, these are the guys, other than Liverpool, these are the guys with the best squad and know what they're the ones. And I feel like everyone's just giving them so much respect.
Yeah, maybe they do
feel
give them a
everyone's
little
like,
bit of
oh, fuck
respect.
We're making bother.
Start 4-2-4. Let's go long, mate.
Yeah.
Defend that, you cunt.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Arteta will be like,
I mean, you take for instance Brentford. They put it up and they didn't like it. Wolves put it up and they didn't like it. So when a team,
And I think you did first half.
we did, but you know what? It was kind of like half-assed. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the reaction which I was wanting really. I was expecting not a different result. I just wanted a little bit more of something, and it just wasn't there today. But we'll chat about my team when we chat about the relegation in a minute. So
just one more point
Go
quickly on the Arsenal seat. This might sound a bit weird, but I think you'll understand this. So if City drop points and they finish second, right?
Yeah.
I think Pep would be along the lines of, okay, we finish second, Champions League, we go again, the end of the season, fans come off the pitch, and let's see how they do in the Champions League. If Arsenal lose the title, the fans are booing them off the pitch, Arteta's crying in his hands, the Arsenal players are throwing the toys out, and it's devastating for them. I can sort of understand why, being in a position to win it and throw it away. Yeah, the pressure, and that's what I mean. I don't think the pressure's on the City at all.
No, I don't.
Worst case, they finish second.
Yeah, and I don't think
that's amazing.
It's their transitional year.
Yeah, so I was literally about to say what you said there. So it feels like this Man City team's in a transitional period. I think you saw a little bit of that yesterday against Newcastle. Aside from players like Haaland and Bernardo Silva and Ruben Dias, who have all been in these situations with City
Foden,
before. And Foden as well. The rest of them are all relatively new to Man City, and players like Ait-Nouri and Guéhi and Semenyo and whatever. They've all been at lower table clubs, and they're not used to this.
Even you go back to last year's side, sort of Marmouche. You know, he didn't win it last year with them.
Yeah. So this is their first time of having a title running, whereas 3 or 4 years ago, those players have been there and done it every year. When you got your De Bruyne and all those people there, they thought, well, do you know what? We can just wake up in February like we've been hibernating all year and just fuck it, let's go for it.
If you actually went through their squad, Donnaruma's not won it with them. Ait-Nouri's not won it with them. You then go, who did you say a minute ago? Semenyo.
Yeah, Semenyo's not done it. Mark Guéhi,
Marmouche. Who else did they bought someone else?
Oh, it's like Ryan Cherky
and
as quality players as they are, and they deserve to be in a title chasing team. Yeah, exactly. So they haven't done it in the Premier League under Pep. All right, Pep's probably good enough to rally them all together,
and the players are probably good enough.
Yeah, the players are good enough, but they haven't had this before. This is their first time doing it. So the point I'm going to make is that the transitional Man City with players that haven't done this before versus Arsenal, and you think this is a peak Arsenal squad.
Well, how long have they had that squad?
They've had the squad together for a number of years. They've added to it. They've not really sold anybody. It's hard to see without spending huge amounts of money how they can really improve. They could probably upgrade on players like, I don't know,
Trossard.
Maybe Trossard, Miles Skelly, perhaps Ben White. But these players are really good squad players to have around, and they will always do a job. So it feels like, and we've been saying for quite a while, Arsenal's squad is really strong, and it's really hard to think how better they're going to get. But if they don't win it this year...
Can I just say that?
Go on.
Say if you're Barcelona, Real Madrid or Man City, other than maybe their centre-backs and Declan Rice, you might put Mark Zubimendi in there, or Tim.
I like Zubimendi.
But what, for Barcelona and Real Madrid, for instance, say they don't win it, they come second again this time, don't win anything. How many top European clubs are going to come after their players?
Well, as we pertained to last week, I don't think the other heavyweights of Europe are even that good at the minute. So they could actually look at someone from Arsenal and think, I will take him. If players like Rafinha and Rashford are doing bits at Barcelona,
Saka's going to, isn't he?
Yeah, Saka's going to. Martinelli's probably going to. Trossard's probably going to do a job at Real Madrid.
Yeah, we also said as well, though, that if Arsenal did go on to win it, and a lot of the pundits were saying it as well, will probably be the poorest team to win the Premier League.
Yeah, but is that poor in the before how good the players are, or how badly they are to watch?
Oh, probably how bad they are to watch. I don't really think it's hard to say without sounding like it's a plight against Arteta. I feel like with the players Arsenal have got, they could be more of an attacking outfit rather than being so heavily reliant on set pieces. I know that they absolutely destroyed us in open play today, so I'm making myself look like a bit of a dick here. But
I know admit.
But generally, over the course of the 28 games we've played so far, they've been really reliant on the set pieces, and they've probably got the players in open play to do a lot more than what they've done.
Yeah.
Is that an Arteta thing? Is that a player and a squad
That's
thing?
gotta
I
be just the
don't
way
know.
it's set out. It has to be,
I think
hasn't it?
we've touched on it before. I think it's a Premier League thing. I don't think it's
Yeah.
anyone. It's easy to say it's Arteta, but I mean, let's be honest with you. Fucking the whole Premier League is pretty.
Even
much
Pep's
that, isn't it?
teams aren't as free flowing as they used
You know
to
what I
be.
mean?
No, maybe it's now a Premier League thing to kind of be as disruptive or not really play an open play. Are there just defences across the board getting better and it just looks a bit shit on the eye?
Probably. I think there's a lot of don't lose rather than go and win mentality now at the moment.
You go to the 90s, it was going to win.
Go and win the game.
And
You
it's
look at
exciting.
United, the reason why there was Fergie time, because it's just go and win the game. We fucked up, go and win it. We all hated it, but they were the best at it.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so let's close up on the talk of the title race.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to change your mind from your City predictions?
No. See.
We're going to stick with City?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with City, even though Arsenal did play well today. I still think it's advantage City at the end of the day,
Yeah, I do.
especially since City have got Leeds, Forest, and West Ham, so they're pretty pivotal in the relegation scrap over the next 3 or 4 weeks.
So,
So
as we said before as well, they're not the teams you want to
You
be
want to be playing the mid-tables.
yeah, but then I suppose as a fan, you're looking at those.
Going, they should be.
Yeah,
If you're putting a bet on them, they're in your act.
exactly.
aren't they?
You'd rather play Forest, Leeds, and West Ham than you would want to play
Brentford,
United,
Everton.
Arsenal, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, all right, okay. Let's stick with City. Let's just quickly chat up before we have a little break, as we normally like to do. Let's just chat about your team. So, I don't think you're in the relegation scrap anymore.
No, I think that puts us on 35, doesn't
It
it?
does. So you are now 10 points ahead of,
Yeah,
of
it
West
was
Ham.
anyone that didn't watch the game, you lucky bastards.
Was it that bad?
Oh, fucking hell, was it that bad, man? I mean, I've got to shout out, because he's been playing crap for the last 3 or 4 games. Pino was fucking shocking today.
You were singing his praises not so long ago.
Oh, start of season, mate, he was playing great. And I was like, not saying he's as good as Eze, I think my words were, not saying he's as good as Eze at the start of the season, but he's a decent replacement. He looks like he can do bits. Wow.
But then you turn on your players and back again, like you change your underwear really. Commanders crap! Oh, I actually love Commander. Commanders crap!
He was crap again today. And to be
We're
fair,
going down, we're going up. It's your opinion.
I've never said we're going down. I've never said we're going down. But we could be pushing for
Would you go as far as to say that your club is in turmoil at the moment?
Oh,
For
massive.
various
Oh, yeah,
different
yeah,
reasons?
Yeah.
So-
Glasner.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more. So, what did he actually say? That I'm not good
So-
enough to.
So he had a bit of a meltdown after the press conference after the game, which do you know what he did a little bit of an interview before the game today with the on-field, you know, on Sky they do like the on-field like chat before the game,
Yeah.
Glenn Murray and whatever, and Glenn Murray, you know, a lot of negativity around the club at the moment with what you said and he said, yeah, I know, you know, but I, you know. When I reflect on it, I kind of wish I had a couple more hours after the game than to have a press conference rather than straight after, which I kind of get, and it's I get it because I do kind of think like nothing would fuck me off more when I've just my team has played shit, or even as a player I played shit, and then someone in the view goes, well, why didn't that go right for you? Oh,
You don't have time to analyse or see anything.
No.
It's a whole typical Wenger, I didn't see it type of...
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, he should have a little bit of nous about him to just not react like that rather than the way he is. But the way I think he just said it wrong because I'm not sticking up for him because I think it's a ridiculous thing to say and it's really annoyed a lot of Palace fans actually.
Yeah, I bet.
To sit there and humble our fans, but I think what he's saying our fans should be humbled, need to be a bit more humble sort of thing of where we are now rather than where you were. Which is just a stupid thing to say to any fan, as it is.
Tell us about the stat you said before
So
the podcast.
What's that says?
So the stat was, and the reason he's telling the fans to humble was, and this is from Sky Sports, so if it's wrong, call out Sky Sports, not me, but other than last season, we are equal as the top, so the top points at this stage of the season equal with 2 other more seasons than we've ever had.
Oh.
Which is crazy.
She's mad, really. But I'm going to ask you a question now. It probably pertains to what he meant by what he said. Do you think, right, that you winning the FA Cup and then the subsequent Community Shield has really elevated the expectations of your team a little bit?
Yes, I think it has, and I think it will with anyone as well. I think it probably not pushing anybody. I think it probably did the same with you
when the Conference League.
When you won the Conference League. I can imagine it's still elevated, going well.
Yeah,
we can win this. We can push.
Yeah, of course, you build on it.
So
every season has to be better than the season before.
So not so much an expectation of. I think especially when you do it over such a period of games, and it's not just. It wasn't just the FA Cup. It was from like halfway through last season, and the period of games run. Even at the start of this season, I know it was second and fourth, but when you can sit there and see your team play over a vast period of games, not just your on-off cup games, it's a lot different. Those expectations weren't the same when Alan Pardew took us to the FA Cup final against United.
Yeah,
I know we lost it. But whether we lost to Man City or not, I still think we would still have those expectations because we've seen over a vast period of games what we can produce. And when you suddenly stop doing that, there has to be a reason why. It can't just be, oh, they were playing well, now we're shit. But there is reasons for it. You know, we've lost players, injured players. You know, Lacroix, before today, has played the most games in European football. Which is crazy over the European leagues.
But I think on the balance of it, I think Glasner has immortalised himself at your club.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there, and I quite like what Parish is doing. He's trying to sack himself with his. I think he's still doing the job when he's there, but not as good as he would have. He's got no heart on it.
Yeah.
But instead of just leaving the end of the season, I'll just get sacked and just have a bit of a payoff. I think Steve Parish is going. We can get a couple more points and stay up. Fuck yeah, I'm not sacking you. You can go when you like.
I've got two questions for you. Do you think that you're a little bit of a victim of your own success last season?
Massively.
And if you were Steve Parish, would you keep Glasner or would you say, do you know what, if you don't want to be here, mate, resign and fuck off? If you get rid of him.
I would never sack him because that's what I quite like what Parish done. But Parish might have had this conversation and gone, if you don't want to be here, leave, resign.
And he don't want to because obviously he loses his money and compensation.
Yeah. And
Thomas Frank is free.
That's who I hope we get at the end of the season.
Look at his face.
You are welcome, of course.
As long as he's not going to come in drinking a fucking bright out of a bright.
Yeah,
we
will lose football matches.
Yeah. But we'll wrap up quite quick about the games. It was pretty crap, really. They got a red card. I mean, we were all over them, really. Penalty save. Dean Anderson made a penalty save. But again, that was Pino giving it away again. First half, mate, he had a rotter. You know when your player, there's one player that every time he gets the ball just gives it away. I think every time that guy touched the ball, he gave it away. Gave it away in such a rotter position. He tried to take out one man, but he played it through already. So in the end, Walton, it's like, he goes to score, or I just take him out quickly. I know it's a pen. So it's 50-50 chance, and he made the right decision, got yellow. But, you know, saved, and then we pushed on from there. We were the better team. But he lasted until the 75th minute to take off Pino and put Gesson on. And you're like, why? Gesson's been pretty good. He's got an assist, and he's looked pretty lively when he's come on.
Came on and scored, didn't he?
Came on and scored. Eventually, in the end, took Pino off. And in the end, came on and scored, which we did deserve the win, don't get me wrong. But, okay, it was tough, especially when you're playing 10-man. Like Wolves, you just think, Jesus Christ, man, at home. But other than that, it was 3 points, a game to forget, other than the 3 points to remember.
Yeah.
Really,
a day at the office, you struggled, but a win's a win.
I was buzzing when we went in. I was going, yeah, get in there. And then at the end of the game, I was like, fucking thank God that is over. Move on to the next game.
If you want to drop points against Wolves after 2 weeks ago, you're like, we're going to beat Burnley and Wolves, we're going to sail the fucking Europe.
And you know what's so annoying? Not 3 points on us now. Not 3 points on us now. Where will we be?
Because had you beaten Wolves?
Had we beaten Burnley?
Yeah. All right. Okay, then, boys. That is Palace against Wolves. Right, moving on to our next segment, we are going to go down to the relegation battle, where unfortunately, Fieldsy, both of our clubs reside, and we are in the thick of it, literally.
The
We
mire.
are in the mire. You love that expression,
The
don't you?
mire.
It's even like filtered into the group chat. Didn't you even put it on your prediction?
I think I put it on mine as well.
I was like, I watched that. Like, am I being mocked here somehow, or has Fieldsy just created another expression?
I think my ones was, as Filsy would say, they are in the mire.
Well, we are in the mire. So I'll tell you what. I'll take the reins. I'll talk about my.
Can we go for the North London derby?
Yeah. So the North London derby today, 4-1. Oh, I didn't expect us to get that heavily beaten. I thought we'd lose. I didn't think we'd win, but I thought maybe 2-1 or 2-0.
I think I
or
put
something.
2-1 on the prediction.
Yeah, I
I
thought the new manager bounce, being at home, the fans will be back on side, Arsenal having a little bit of a wobble. I thought it would be a closer fought affair. And after that, the first 5 minutes start to get into that. Arsenal are up for this. They are. Yeah, they from like minute one, they looked like they were the ones that had the impetus. They're the ones that had the drive. They're the ones that had obviously had a rocket up their arse from the manager and the club and the fan base and whoever. So they looked on it. And in the first 20 minutes, oh shit, we were riding our luck here. And then they went 1-0 up, and I thought, oh, okay, they probably deserved that. And we got back in the game, literally like a minute later. And okay, are things happening here? No.
You did watching it from, because sadly, I really wanted you to do bits.
Oh, of course.
So, obviously, that technology break, that's infuriating.
Oh, did you?
I not only caught the last little bits.
All right, okay. So right at the beginning of the game, well, not after very long, but
5 minutes?
Yeah, after that. Something was wrong with the linesman.
The linesman couldn't...
Well, the linesman couldn't have any radio or wireless communication with anybody. And even Gary Neville was going, that really doesn't matter. If the referee can't talk, fair enough. But the lino, if they need to communicate, just
Put your flag
up, or they can communicate physically or whatever. Someone can radio down to the ref or the other linesman, and they can.
Official could fucking give a hand or something.
Exactly. They can even telephone Arteta in the fucking bit. They're like, can you tell the lino this for me, please, mate?
Yeah. Officials have been doing it for like 100 years.
That is exactly what Gary Neville said.
Is that what he said?
Gary Neville said, we've been playing football for hundreds of years, but suddenly, because the lino can't talk to the ref, suddenly we need to stop the game.
But it wasn't as if it was 30 seconds. It was getting on for 10 minutes.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was the
it
first.
Must have been, you got to think, it was 8 minutes stoppage time in their first half. So
and there wasn't really any injuries.
6 minutes. Yeah. Right. 6 minutes of that would have been that break.
Yeah.
What was the players doing at this point? Because
in the end, they started warming up, didn't they, with footballs and stuff?
Well, yeah. Would surprise if they started playing rondos again. It was a bit of a joke, really. And we thought, all right, okay, it happens. Technology breaks down, yada yada yada, and then it happened again.
Oh.
So right after the first half, we feel like to hold up a Premier League fixture of that magnitude, a Sunday 4:30, all the eyes of the world are on you. If it's a random fucking, no offence to the two teams, if it's a Brentford versus Sunderland at 3 o'clock on a Saturday blackout, all right, no one's really watching. But an NLD at 4:30 everyone's watching.
That second one before the kickoff, would you not? When you're in the changing room, the
sort that out. That's what I was going to say.
Boys, can we all talk? Yeah, we're all talking. You can hear me. Yep. Cool. Right, let's go. Don't go. We're on the pitch. Mate, I can't hear you. Did you not think about doing that before you came up for the second half?
You had 15 minutes to kind of attend to that technical issue.
Was one of them having a massive shit or something?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Having a massage, blowy, or some lap dance or something.
Those Thai birds you've got in that stadium have been naughty.
What they could have done as well is like, we don't want that to happen again. So what we'll do is we'll set up another one. Just put that in your sock. If that one fails, quickly just whip.
But they have, because they've got. Yeah,
they could have put a Nokia burner.
But just have it glued to his head.
Take them like fucking Rocky.
If you saw the Palace game, you would have seen Chris Richards today. He got a massive thing. Obviously, he's got that afro.
Yeah.
It looked like something had just been like a phone, fucking take round his afro. Like.
Oh no, that looked fucking awful. What were you about to say, mate?
I wasn't.
All right.
I yawned. I'm sorry. No, I apologise.
You're right. But anyway, back to the
let's
game.
get back to
Apart
the
from the technological issues that happened in the game,
You did put pressure on them because they made mistakes, Arsenal.
but that was it more than anything. They made mistakes and kind of allowed and some people may think it, some people may not. I did think our goal that we got disallowed to make it 2-2 was a little bit soft. Mawani did kind of put his hands on him and give him a little shove. Gabriel just flew himself to the floor. And
do you think it was a shove, or do you not think he just
it's
Put your hands on him, you're making him make a decision, aren't you?
I know, but I don't even think from the replays, it more looked like he tensed his arm, saying, don't back into me anymore, because he's coming back. Gabriel's coming back. It was more like, watching it from my thing, like he's tensed his arms, like, don't fucking keep coming back into me. Yeah. Gabriel's felt two hands on his back. He's launched himself forward. I'm surprised he didn't go out for a throw himself. And I get why the ref's giving it straight away. Surely VAR steps in there and goes, no, you're being a fucking penis. That was no... when you watch it, and you'll know, that was not a significant amount of pressure to put on someone to change someone that... He could have kept coming back and probably headed the ball away from Mawani, right? He was coming back to head the ball, pretty much, wasn't he? Mawani's like, no, I'm trying to get it as well. He's got two hands on his back, I don't think he's pushed him. He might have a little bit, just so he don't fucking,
Was it one of them situations where, for example, and I didn't see it, but they disallowed the goal? Is it one of them situations where if the ref let the goal happen and then book Gabriel for being a tit? I'd love to see something like that.
Yeah, so right. And it'd be interesting actually if they gave
have a yellow one.
Because
fucking stop.
If they gave the goal, VAR would obviously look at the goal like they do everything. Do you think VAR would have turned that back?
It probably would be one of those where they'd either let it go, or the softest thing they'd do is send the referee to the screen, perhaps.
And the thing is, they slow it right down, and it always looks so much worse.
But I don't even think it looked. I think it kind of looked worse in slow mo, because I feel like you could see in slow mo that there was nowhere near enough pressure on Gabriel's back for him to fall. Not just fall over, fucking launch himself, Miles. Mate, that wasn't. And I messaged Tom straight away, the Arsenal fan we know.
Yeah, he messaged me too.
He
was in constant communication.
My message to him was, your defenders are pussies. And he messaged me and said, oh mate, it's one of those ones, if it goes through, you like it. If it's not, you don't. No. That was just...
On the balance of it, if it's the other way around and it's a defender pushing a striker, nothing happens. It's because the defender's got... I said to Tom that Gabriel's one of the most protected defenders in the fucking Premier League, but I do kind of 75% believe that. The other bit was just me being sore.
But I personally think, you might think differently because you're a Tottenham fan, if Gabriel actually just tried to head the ball, he would have headed the ball out and there'd be no problem. He didn't. He decided to go down like an absolute penis. Nothing wrong with the challenge. And then there's an issue to make because he actually scored a goal. I personally think if that was Lacroix for Palace, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Just head the ball out. Like, you don't need to go down because if you don't get it, that isn't a foul. That was what I would think. He doesn't need to go down. He could have easily just headed it out. Probably would have headed the back. Would have gone to, I don't know if Timber was on the pitch or might have been Mascara. I can't remember. But it would have gone that way, and there wouldn't have been any problems at all.
I mean, it's insanely frustrating because that would have made it 2-2. And the classic thing, when you don't get a decision that way, the other team goes up a few minutes later and pops one in the other end. And that's kind of what happened. And 3-1 down to Arsenal, it's game over. Especially for us, especially how we are threadbare and I'm just overall standard of our team at the moment. But these are ifs, buts and maybes. I think overall, to kind of take the Spurs hat off a little bit, Arsenal did deserve to win.
Yeah,
they played well enough to win. Like I said, I think 4-1 flattered them a little bit, but yeah, I think they deserved their win on the day. So congratulations to them for winning the derby. What that means, go on.
Would you not say though, if you take Spurs cap off and it's just that, I would say, and not even talking about Arsenal, I'm just going, a top team fighting to win the Premier League is playing against a threadbare, got hardly any players, and got a load of kids on the bench, someone that's fighting against relegation. You expect to beat them about 4-1 or 3-0?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the fact that, in the run-up to the game, most of our fan base talking about it has hardly even mentioned the fact we've got pretty much a squad out. If it was Arsenal and they even had 3 players out, it would be like the world has ended.
Yeah.
And they need to have a GoFundMe to fucking
a couple of seasons ago, they lost the league because Saliba was out.
Yeah, I know, but taking now the game aside, and what do I think of our new manager and how do things shaping up a little bit? We didn't really expect to win that game, so all right, draw a line under that one. We've got 11 cup finals now to the end. We will see. We've got some winnable or games that we can pick up some points coming up. Sadly, we've got to go to Liverpool, and we've got to go to Villa, and we've got to go to Stamford Bridge.
But you play us, don't you?
Yeah, we play you, but you'll fight for Europe.
No. Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So
that's probably, say we pick up another win before you, or even a couple of points, a couple of draws anywhere. That is perfect. That's perfect time to play us. As long as we're in 12th, that's where we like. So
we will see. It's a bit too early to judge the interim guy who's literally only here to the end of the season against Arsenal. I would have loved to have seen just a tiny little bit more fight, but move on to the next game, draw a line under that one. We will see how things pan out from there, and it's really down to how the teams below us get on.
What did you think of his subs? I thought, as a looking just manager wise, like Sam, I actually thought, fuck it, at least he's going for it.
Yeah, he went for it. He decided that he was going to be rigid with his back three. But Dragusin had a really poor game today. He really looked off it. But he took off right wing back and brought Tell on. Not his usual position, but all right. At least it's an attacking player who perhaps could make a difference. Could do something. So we'll put the jury out. But
who you got next?
Fulham away. So. We will see. We will see. But anyway, that's my team. We're in the fight, but that's probably one of our toughest fixtures out the way, and then we'll see how things go. But let's go to your team, mate. You drew 1-1 with Bournemouth, as we've said already. I asked you off air, do you think that's a point game? Or
we scored
0-0.
I'm sorry.
We scored.
Maybe I didn't watch the game.
No, I meant a point score. Is that
So in the break, we had a little chat about Bournemouth,
Yep.
and it wasn't until we were talking about the Conference League battle that penny dropped Bournemouth ranked. Because they've been really weird this year. In 1 minute I thought they were going to get dragged in the relegation scrap, and then we're talking about them pushing for a European place. I'm still encouraged, if I'm honest. So I watched the game. I think we should have scored early.
Diassi, was it?
Yeah, great save.
Yeah.
We had a couple of opportunities, should have, would have, blah, blah, blah. But I thought we started well. As the game went on, Bournemouth got into the game a bit more, and it was one of them, they might nick it now, or we're going to get possession, get up the other end, and we're going to score. It was a bit of it was one of them. I'm watching it, I think, I actually think, over the course of the game, personally, I think we probably just edged it. And afterwards I was having conversations with some friends and I couldn't make my mind up whether it was a point gained or 2 lost. Because of the manner in which the game played out as well. Looking at the results from today, I think it's and realising that Bournemouth are actually it's a point gained.
I think.
What do you think?
I think personally, I think
it's a point gain.
From a West Ham supporter's perspective,
We're at home.
you're at home and you've kind of earmarked the game because you know what games you've got coming up.
Yeah.
You think like you really need to pick up 3 points then, and especially Spurs playing Arsenal and Forest playing Liverpool, they're very, very likely to lose them. So it's a real good chance to stamp a few points down on the board. So,
and I think everyone knows Bournemouth are very leaky, aren't they?
yeah,
they do concede goals.
So Bournemouth aren't exactly infallible, and you can get at them. So yeah, all right. You can be forgiven for thinking it's a point gain and 2 points lost at the same time.
Yeah,
really.
it's one of them, isn't it?
I think
we didn't lose, and not being funny, as stupid as that sounds, when you're in a relegation battle, don't lose.
It's a point gained anyway, isn't it?
If I'm watching what I did of the game, it does feel like the players are starting to believe a little bit.
Yeah,
and maybe
I
the
think
fans
so.
feel like they're starting to believe as well, which is something I think maybe we lack a little bit of, and I think Forest do as well. I think on the balance of it, you've got points to catch up, obviously, and you are the ones that have to kind of make stuff happen. But I think your overall team aura is a bit stronger than ours and Forest at the moment.
I think we're certainly harder to beat than we have been all season. And we've got a really fucking rotter of a run. But
you never know, and
you don't. I mean, so like going on the Bournemouth game, let's call it a point game, right? We've got Liverpool next. We're not being funny, as I said earlier. Liverpool struggled against Forest. We're not the sort of team that will go to Anfield and win, but we are one of them teams we're battling for our life, and it's a completely different game for Liverpool.
I'll tell you who's going to cause a nuisance, I think, against Liverpool, and that's going to be that Tatty.
Tatty, I like him.
I really like him.
Do you know the one thing I really like about him is that if you watch him, when the opposing defenders have the ball, he fucking closes them down. I like that.
He did.
Make them play it.
He had a wicked little flick. I don't know if I think that was first half. He like flicked it onto someone else, and then, but then instead of just admiring what he done and like backflicked it onto someone else, he fucking made the run. Went, and they passed it back to him. You're just like, Jesus, a presence up front for. I mean, how long have you waited for a presence up front for West Ham?
Yeah.
Don't matter who you bought. Like I've rated.
Just be a nuisance.
Yeah, and he is a nuisance, but he's shown a little bit of class with it as well. Do you know what I mean?
So.
A couple more goals would be cool for him because I think it'll give him a bit more confidence. But I mean, the build-up play, I think.
I thought what's his face did it right for you on the left hand side. Is it Diouf?
Yeah, I really like him.
He did really
His
well.
deliveries in the box with Tatty in there. I mean,
And I'm not sure whether he's a starter for you, but he came on quite late. Was it a Kanté? Is he a kind of a fringe player?
Yeah.
But he came on and I thought, so N'Golo Kanté? No, it can't be.
Yeah,
but he did really well.
And I like the fact that Nuno's using what he's got, you know.
I think he's starting to trust a few of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's also playing Souček in a number 10 role, which is...
You know what? Souček, he gets a bit of stick, but the reason that I love him, Souček, is you remember how John Terry was? Like when he hits the deck, he's getting his head in the way of someone's flying boot. That's Souček will do that.
Yeah.
You look at the photos of the amount of cuts that he's took from taking one. And sometimes that's what you need. You need that bit of fight. And
he'd do anything.
I like Souček.
Yeah, I've always liked Souček.
Yeah, he gets in the
And
box. He gets a few goals.
He's a pain in the arse when you've got a set piece.
Yeah.
So he'd be up there for set piece. He's got to be 6 or 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, he's a presence. There's definitely in set pieces and corners and stuff.
I think also as well, I've got to sort of give him a bit of credit. I've given him a lot of stick since we signed him as Mavropanos. He was prone to mistakes. He was just not.
Is that because he has Kilman next to him?
Well, Kilman's been on the bench for the last few games.
He didn't.
Needed to.
He has looked a bit more solid, though, hasn't he?
Mavropanos.
Yeah. Because I was surprised he didn't.
I think he's man of match against. played now? I think he's arguably been man of the match in the last sort of 2 of the last 3 games.
But he's looked different because he's got that Diassi in front of him.
I think so.
Yeah, and
with him, so not.
Yeah.
I would have never said in a million years that Diassi would come in and improve anyone's
doing
defence.
alright.
But
Well,
he seems like he has.
You say that, but you think the pressure when you're playing for Chelsea, where this is going to sound ridiculous, actually, what I'm about to say. If you're if you're playing for Chelsea or a top team, right, you've got to have your head on a lot, purely because you're not really asked for quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not a bit like a goalkeeper at a really top club. You're not asked 24/7 stuff. You play for a lower team that is, you're constantly in the shit and you've got to defend. You've got your defender head on, and if you're actually good at defending, if you've got to do that constantly, you're right. You know what you're doing.
But you are right. I think actually he's more of a battering ram, a bit more of a unit at the back, rather than someone who's going to spray the ball around and look to play the ball between the lines. What your upper echelon clubs would expect you to do as a defender.
Prime example, right? Do you remember that Manu Saka that was at Liverpool?
Yeah.
We got him at ours. For his, he's a bit of a liability. For us, he was just an absolute unit.
Yeah.
And he just got rid of stuff. And he was playing for teams that don't want to play at the back. But people like that Diassi, I think that's pretty much
the same.
Yeah,
very similar.
You're hitting to someone, you tackle him, and you get it out.
Yeah.
That's what you want, especially if you're relegation.
Basics. I think on the closing one as well is what I have to say about when we signed Manderson from Leicester. I think he conceded about 80 plus.
Yeah, you were really slating him at some, but for good reason though.
Well, the thing is as well, I thought it was a bit harsh because and I'll remember we signed him. I think we paid about 18 million from him. And I've got friends that are Leicester supporters, and they were like, he's amazing. Da, 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 da. And then Graham Potter threw him. I think we signed him on the fucking Wednesday, and Graham Potter threw him in on the Saturday, and he got annihilated. And I think he had 2 or 3 games where he was the howlers, and like it was awful. And then Areola comes back in, and I like Areola. And when Nuno started Anderson over Areola, I can guarantee you now, 85% of everyone in the ground would have been. Ooh.
I think a lot of Premier League fans as well.
Yeah.
Even I sort of looked and gone.
That's a big call, that is, because you know what you're getting with Areola.
Yeah.
He's prone to a little bit of a mistake, but he's a great shot stopper, and so I think
it's a good idea.
I think it's a good call. I think it's fair play.
Yeah,
I think it could come good. So,
All right, so what do you think your closing statement just about your club before? Then we'll look at the whole landscape of the relegation battle. What do you think your signs are looking forward?
I think, as I said in my predictions, I think it's encouraging. I think of the bottom 5, maybe 6, would probably the team that's got a little bit of form, despite the defeat to Chelsea going 2-0. But we're showing.
It's you and Leeds, isn't it, who look the best out of them?
Yeah, I think Leeds will be safe. I think the team to go. I think Tottenham will be safe. Right, I've said it for a while. I think Tottenham will be safe. It's between West Ham and Forest, and everyone wants West Ham to stay up just so Nuno can give one of them to fucking the Greek game.
Marinakis.
I don't think it's just they want Nuno. I think everyone just wants to give Marinakis.
And I just think it's quite ironic that you get rid of Nuno, and Nuno's the one that's coming to West Ham, saved us, and sent you down. So go fuck yourself.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So that's a handy little lead into Nottingham Forest, and they were expecting quite a good little manager bounce. So Pereira came in, they dispatched Fenerbahce in Turkey, which is not an easy place to go, 3-0, and the fans were going, do you know what, we've got a really good shout here. And then they played really well for pretty much most of the game, especially the first half against Liverpool, and then to lose late like that's got to really be a bit of a bubble burster. Yeah, an absolute kick in the bollocks. And you saw Pereira in the game like smacking the top of the dugout and really obviously quite annoyed at the fact that his team have lost the game. And the lower down and the more that you probably either gain points or even overtake them hopefully soon, Marinakis is going to go berserk behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll sack him and get someone else in. Yeah. He's fucking... I think the odd thing about it all is, as well, and I want this like with the greatest amount of respect, every manager he appoints seems to be a bit poorer than the one before. Like, I'm not being funny, alright, he gets rid of Nuno, gets Postecoglou. That, for me, is a downgrade. He gets rid of Postecoglou, he brings in Dyche. You can argue that Dyche is one of them managers that comes in and he knows the relegation battle and he's gonna make you hard to beat. Didn't work out for him. I'm not saying that Dyche was worse than Postecoglou actually, but Pereira got sacked at Wolves.
Yeah, when you got to say Pereira was the one that put them
in the position they're in.
Yeah.
But the only link is that Pereira worked under Marinakis at Olympiacos, so that's the only. He's
but
probably
that's
thought.
bollocks in itself, then, isn't it? Because you're not appointing somebody for their managerial credentials.
Especially not
it's
Premier,
because it's your mate or whatever. I don't know.
But also, you got to think. I'm going to guess he's completely forgotten what he done to Wolves before. In the fight that they're in now, but looked prior at what he did at Wolves last season. Because if you ask, because I kind of forgot that and kind of went.
And you picked him up and.
But then you look at the players they had, your Cunhas, your Eight Nouris, and you had players that can turn around. But actually, when you look at Forest, they have got players that are decent.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Right. So as we've chatted about before, in fact, all three of us would love Forest to be 18th and the ones that go down. And as things stand now, with 11 games to go, if I was to choose, I think probably that they're the ones that are more likely. I've always thought that you're going to stay up.
Yeah, you have.
Even when you were really not at the races.
I thought we were dead and buried.
is there a chance Leeds could proper fall
right,
off?
So here we go. So let's go from West Ham upwards. So we've got West Ham on 25 points. Then Forest are 2 points ahead on 27. 2 points ahead of that is Spurs, 16th for 29. Then Leeds are 2 points ahead of that on 31. So 31 to 25 points, West Ham, 6 points in it. And West Ham win and Leeds lose one day, and then it's 3 points, and then it's like, oh shit, that's a one-game swing.
I think Leeds are the team that are at the top of the relegation.
Because I still don't. I know you think they're safe and stuff because they're playing well, and realistically, the informed teams, the ones that look good, are you and Leeds. I'm still not 100% sure of that.
They can get dragged into it because I think that they've had a little bit of a run. They're still only 6 points out of it.
They're a hard team to beat.
They are a hard team to beat, but it wasn't that long ago. I don't know specifics here, but it wasn't that long ago. I think we was about 7, 8 points adrift.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I'm saying.
I mean, it can turn.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it just takes Leeds to, because they got Man City next, and at Ellen Road, yes, but I'd expect Man City to win. And
not
then
at this point, not now. Man City got a sniffer at title. I think.
Yeah.
It's different.
So, I mean, they lose that, and then they draw the next game, and we win, they win, and
Well,
whatever.
We've got Liverpool.
Yeah. But okay,
Yeah.
but what
I understand what you're
saying.
It can swing.
It can swing. If they draw and lose, and West Ham win and draw, then it's like, okay, shit, we're 2 points away from it now,
Yeah.
and that's when
Panic
their arse
button
puckers up.
gets hit.
But for what I hear on Sky Sports earlier, watching the Palace game, is quite a lot of the teams down there all play each other.
Well,
You've all got to play. Like
Well, West Ham have got Leeds on the final day.
You play us.
We've got
Wolves.
You play us still, don't you? We haven't played you twice.
No, I think we've got you. If you look at the winnable games, I think our winnable games are you, Wolves, Leeds, and
That's 9 points. So 9 points with 25. That's 34. You could definitely pick some point. Because I personally
we've
think
got Liverpool, we've got City, we've got Villa.
Well, you've got 4 games in a row, which you'd probably earmark that you could try and do bits out of. So you've got Wolves at home, Palace away, no offence, Everton at home, and then Brentford away. And then you've got Arsenal, Newcastle, and Leeds.
The problem with those, the last two, not so much Newcastle. I don't really agree with your Newcastle shout earlier, but the Everton, Brentford ones, they're going to be hard because I think they actually could challenge for Europe. So I don't think Newcastle will.
Yeah, but when they say that the next the next 4 games are Liverpool, Anfield, Fulham away, Man City, and Villa at Villa Park.
Fulham away could be a one.
Yeah, so out of those 4 fixtures, you look at Fulham, and those are the next. So
Villa though.
yeah,
I reckon you do Villa. Oh well, I think we're for the taking. I think you both got us. We're there for the taking. I think we're up. Don't get me wrong. I think we're grab the points we need. But I think anyone that plays us, I think.
This is why we love the fucking Premier League.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I'm even going to my own team, going, I think you could beat us.
But that's on the last game of the season when there's 1 point, 2 points, 3 points,
Right,
and everyone's panic.
So let's have a look.
Who are your last games of the seasons?
Chelsea away.
I love it. Last game.
We've got penultimate game is Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, where we haven't won since 2018. No, 2017. And
1818.
Yeah. It's just one of those grounds we just never do well at.
Yeah.
And that's our penultimate game. But I've just got up the fixture list for Forest. So next up they've got Brighton away.
Okay.
Winnable, but if they lose.
Yeah. Then they've got Man City, Etihad, lose. Then Fulham at home.
Should be win for them.
Right, should be win for them. Then they've got 2 games. Then they've got us at our place. So that's a 6-pointer. Then they got Villa. And then winnable games, Burnley, Sunderland. Then Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Then we get into the last 3 fixtures. Then Newcastle, Man United at Old Trafford, Bournemouth. That's Forest. So there's 3 of them.
Yeah, it's about a 50-50 sort of thing, isn't it? And you could see them winning half their games from now to the end of the season.
The problem they have with theirs is they've got some 6-pointers.
Yeah.
Which I know everyone goes, but they should win them. But when you lose them, you're in the shit. You're in the mire.
The mire?
You're in the mire. When you lose a 6-point, you're in the mire.
Is there like a clicker? How many times people can fit that word in? Love it. I absolutely love it. But our fixture list is, we've got Fulham away next, Palace at our place, Liverpool, Anfield, another place we haven't won for fucking donkey's years. Then the big 6-pointer at Forest, away at Sunderland, Brighton at home, Wolves away. We never do.
You've got a fucking...
Mate, I've just counted 18 points.
No.
I'm just thinking... You're going Europe, mate.
Mate, we have a rotter against Wolves. Right, then we got.
If you had beaten Wolves, you would have been second.
Mate.
So,
How many points did you get for winning? But then Wolves away, Villa away, Leeds at home. It could be another 6-pointer. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and the final game is Everton at home. So there are 3 or 4 of them where I'd be like, oh, do you know what? They could be enough.
After that fixture list, if you do go down, you fucking deserve it.
Yeah,
because you should be beating me as a long-time Premier League fan. Look at that, go. You guys should beat pretty much every single one of them, other than Liverpool and Chelsea.
Yeah, we've got a chance against pretty much all of those ones. Let's just see what team turns up.
It'd be interesting how old Tudor.
Yeah, he does.
Works with them.
Just
you can't capitulate anymore.
We can. We can. Right, okay. So let's round up tonight then, boys. Yeah. So, who do you honestly think, in your heart of hearts, is going to go down this year?
Right, I have to say Forest. Only because of the whole, football just has a way of doing stuff, doesn't it? You know, the whole Nuno, Marinakis, and
I agree with you. I'm going to go with Forest just purely for karma.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Purely for karmic reasons.
Have this little thing. I think Leeds are going to get pulled into it a little bit more yet. And it will be one of for us, Forest and Leeds. You'll be pushing the table by end of the season. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I've got to agree, but if I'm going to lob a bet on who's going to go down, one, because I'd love it, but two, not just because I don't like Marinakis and Forest and all that. Nothing to do with their fans.
I've always said that.
Other than them giving us shit, but whatever, we completely understand why. But their big players haven't turned up. You look when you're big, and you look when West Ham were doing dog shit. Where was Bowen? Nowhere. Purely because he had no one else to go on, to be fair. But if your big players, when you're down there, don't turn up, you're in the shit.
Yeah.
Gibbs White's been fucking awful. Anderson was good at a point, and he's going to be in the England team, but I think he's been fucking dreadful. He's been really bad the last
But
few
to kind
games.
of throw an olive branch to the Forest players, they're on their 4th manager in the space of X amount of months. And all the big players are like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
Well,
And I'll tell
they've
you
had
what-
4 different training methods, 4 different approaches to play, 4 different styles, and one same owner literally...
If you're a Forest player as well, even if you do stay up, I think you should be out. You go.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Anderson straight away, because you can see the talent in that guy. He's great. He's just played really bad, and I think you're very right. It's the club around everything that has made him so badly. He's got to get out of there.
The thing is,
Sniffs White's got to get out of there as well.
the thing is as well though, is that I get what you're saying. Let's just say Forest do go down, right? I haven't seen Maronak just turn around and say, well, you're not going. You're not going. And then players will start going on strike, and people, and everything will start getting poisonous. Fans will turn on Maronak, and I mean the bloke's a fucking retard, isn't he?
Yeah.
So when we beat them 3-1, ironically Nuno's last game, I think it was, like the screens in the back of the he was smashing them all up. No, just went to town with a fucking
Well,
thing.
he's so
a fucking
volatile.
lunatic.
But a lot of those players that are in that squad are on big money.
I know.
And if they get relegated, they can't financially keep themselves going if all those players are on big money. So there has to be a fire
But
sale.
there's if there's a fire sale, there's players in that team that are
Good players.
Yeah,
good.
Marilla at the back, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have him at the back.
Yeah,
He won't. We could with Lacroix. I'd have him. Anderson, amazing. Looks like he could be going somewhere bigger than someone like us.
Just take Matt Sells.
No.
And I'll tell you, I'm just having a little look at something here, just very
Go
quickly. And I'll tell you what the danger is, right? Is if Forest go down, I'm just looking at the table. We're actually looking at the Championship. How many teams go back to back? Luton, Leicester look like they might do it.
It's so funny we talk about.
Unfortunately, Leicester they were a bit unlucky because they got a points deduction.
They did.
But I know what you're saying. Teams,
if you lose
if they get
4 or 5
relegated
players,
once, then they struggle the next
You've got
year.
that losing mentality, and before you know it, it's like boom, boom.
It's so funny you say it
Fucking
because
hell.
we're not doing my question this week, but we'll do it maybe next week.
Okay.
We've got some time, but it does involve when you go down. What's going to happen?
Right,
It's the same as going up as well, when it? You get the bounces.
And
So-
as much as touch wood, it doesn't happen. But if it did happen and we went down, we'd be fucked.
You go to League One.
I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about a double relegation, but
Financially, you'd
we'd be fucked.
I might as well. It's not a question because I pick another one, but and can be like really quick, not a massive segment about it.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take for if you went down, your team to come back up for your given your how big you are as clubs? Because you're both big clubs. Obviously, they're bigger than you. Obviously, you're massive everywhere you go. But
Let's just kind of paint the picture. So if we went, because I was chatting to someone the other day, another Spurs fan who actually would welcome relegation. I'm like,
I can guess who that is.
Right.
and then I'm like, mate, you don't understand the financial ramifications of what would happen. No, we'd have to literally let 50 million pound players go for 20. And you'd lose face value of them, but once we got rid of them and got some kind of equilibrium, I can't believe I'm fucking talking about this, to be honest. But I think
you would be in Newcastle and come to
I think we probably
points,
would, and we'd be challenging because I think maybe our academy's quite strong, and we'd be able to fill out the team rather than have to. Oh shit! Now we've got to cherry pick all the best players in the Championship, which we probably would have to do anyway. And I think the same. If West Ham, I think they've got enough quality that they could get hold of, and then they'd have enough of their youth to kind of fill in the squad, and then maybe buy some others.
What if you didn't go up the first year though? Because this is a problem. Because if you go down, get rid of what you do and come straight back up, you're like, fine, whatever.
I think it's 3 years. I think after 3 years you're fucked because that's when the Premier League parachute payments stop.
It's 2.
It's 2. Maybe it's changed. I don't know, but all right, I'll go with that. So if if you don't come up in 2, then I think financially you're fucked, but then you're also in the Championship like whirlpool, and
Because I think if someone like you went down, you'd come back up with like 100 odd points, no dramas. If you went down or we went down, I feel like if we went down, that could take some time to come back up again.
I sort of agree with you, and so I think Tottenham will come straight back up. I don't think it would be as successful as what you're saying. I think because for Tottenham, there will be no clauses in any contracts, because who thinks Tottenham's fucking going down?
Yeah.
So they would have to have like, almost like a fire sale.
But Tatty would be gone from you, wouldn't he? Pablo
Probably not even so much Pablo. I know we paid a bit of money for him, but I think we would probably sell your Bowens, Marapanos, Dias on loan. We'd have to. But I think that, and I'm probably going to have a bit of blinkers on here, but I think our youth's one of the best in the Premier League. I think we are. Like, if you look at the things that have been won by our youth and the players that have come through, I think we could probably lose 4 or 5 players and replace them without buying anyone.
Yeah,
We'd still need a couple to come in, experience heads, like your Freddie Potts, your Mayos, your Cantos, Skulls. Like, they're not going anywhere, and they're already playing in the Premier League
football, yeah.
So it's a real difficult one. I think we'd bounce straight back. I don't think it would be winning the league, but I think we'd stand a good chance. So.
I agree with that, and I probably agree the same for my club if we did the same, even though we'd lose a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah,
I think the problem. Do you know it would be harder for you rather than you? It's because everyone in the Championship would play you like it's an FA Cup final.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're playing a 60,000 stadium.
How ironic would that be? I know we're not both going to go down, but could you imagine if Burnley went on an amazing run? We both went down. You got 62,000, we got 62,000, and we're playing fucking Rotherham at home.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. The difference is the taxpayer will get half.
I was about to say, I'm the fucking idiot that goes to a fucking stadium.
We're not going to this week. Sheffield United.
Let's hope Oxford United plays up to the
All right, boys, let's wrap it up for tonight.
Wrap it up.
Final thoughts on everything that we've chatted about today. Anything to add before we...
I don't think I really have too much to add. I think it's the business end of the season. This is where it gets exciting. And as we said before, I really hope, even though I don't want us to be involved in it, and we will be, I love that final game when there's 3 or 4 teams involved and it's going round the grounds. Yeah. The Premier League's done. We know what's happening there. Where are we going? We're going to Tottenham. We're going to West Ham. We're going to Forest. We're going to Leeds. This is where, because for me, the last game of the season, that no one gives a fuck about the rest of it. It's all done. It's down the bottom.
Yeah. It's down the bottom, but like I said to you right at the top of today's episode, it is actually hotting up. In every fight, from the title to the European
qualifications, game seems to be huge.
Yeah.
To like you said earlier, not just relegation. Top 2 obviously done, and I reckon City probably won it by the last game of the season. But that fucking 6th to 8th, which I think that's going to be European and Conference League thing. That can be won by someone in 11th this year on the last game of the season, which is fucking insane.
And I hope it does. I hope right at the end of the season, that final game, and there's still loads to play for, and it's not all just been decided. And well, apart from the title, I wouldn't mind if Man City wrap that up with 5 games to go. But
Can I just say one other little thing as well? It just popped into my head. I don't know if you guys remember the angry little ginger midget that supports Arsenal. He was here on the earlier podcast.
How can you forget?
He's
the angry little man. Just to put it out there, he's getting married.
The
day he's getting married, Arsenal play City.
Yeah.
On the fucking day. Alright? We need to get him back on.
We've
got to change his wedding day.
Come on, he's got a little bit. Do you take this woman to be your lover? No! Oh, what another year! Haaland, you fucking prick!
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Alright, should we get Brett on?
We got to get Brett on.
We're getting back. But
especially now the nitty gritty's coming on, and then nitty gritty is getting pretty
because
shitty.
if Man City overtake them, and then I don't think it's coming back on. While they've still got points in hand, we'll be getting back on quickly.
2 points in hand.
Brett, you coming back on?
Get in there, Brett.
Yeah, all right.
You know nothing.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Like, subscribe, comment.
Nice one, boys.
Nice one, boys. Take it easy.
Love
See you
you.
next week. Bye bye.